Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, can you hear me? Am I audible enough?
Yes.
Good morning to you all, and welcome to another day, another brand new week. So, how was your weekend? What fun thing did you do this weekend? Mr. Mojahi, did you have fun this weekend? What happened? What did you do for the weekend?
I had a great weekend.
Tell us about it.
I had a great weekend because of the game of Chiefs between Chiefs and
Oh,
Sports. And we managed to win that game. I was happy. I even sleep all right over the weekend, Saturday. It was
wonderful.
a very great weekend for me.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
I'm glad you are happy.
yeah, I'm glad I made.
If
But
you're happy, if
I
you're
tried.
happy, I'm also happy.
I tried to do that flip what ish, ish. That activity yesterday. Yeah. The minutes I spoke a little bit. I tried to put on. The minute was 1 minute most.
I think it's more than 1 minute because some spoke for 2.5 minutes, some spoke for up close to 5 minutes.
Yeah, but you must check what I don't know because I'll be up here speaking. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen yours yet. We're going to go there just now, but you may have to do it again because I didn't see anything under your name.
All right.
And by the way, I'm still waiting for your activity 1.1.
Now,
Not
yeah,
yet.
I know. It's haunting me. I think I have to what let me through WhatsApp maybe type on WhatsApp then
Yes.
everything that you need then and yeah
Yeah.
through WhatsApp I think I'll manage to do it. Let me go
Send
that
it on WhatsApp. Send
I,
your photo on WhatsApp. We can upload for you.
then you can on my behalf you'll
Yes.
type on everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Who else had an eventful weekend? Zulu fellow, how was your weekend? Zulu fellow Isaac Lobakeng.
Morning, everyone.
Morning to you too.
Yes, my weekend. Nothing much. Was as always. Uh, yeah.
Okay. So it was nothing much happened.
Yes.
Okay. What about the ladies? Did any lady have an eventful weekend? Ladies, are you there? Bridget, are you there?
Yes, Mr. T, I'm here. Good morning, everyone.
Morning. How was your weekend?
Yeah. I had a busy weekend. I had a very hectic weekend. I went home to see my grandparents. So, yeah, there was no network. I was at the villages.
Okay. And where
Yes.
is home for you?
My grandparents are from Taung in Northwest.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. Who else among the ladies had a weekend you want to talk about? Ladies?
Hi, Mr. T.
Yes, how are you?
I'm good and yourself?
Very well, thank you.
Yes, mine was hectic. I was running around the town looking for an engine.
Looking for an engine or an engine garage?
No, engine, car engine.
Engine, car engine.
Yes.
How? What happened? Did you lose your engine?
Yes, it's damaged. Like I need to buy a
Oh,
new one.
and how were you running around? On foot, on bicycle, on aeroplane, on broom? How?
I was walking, Mr. T.
Oh, okay, okay,
I was
okay.
walking. I don't have a car at the moment,
But
so
you
I
won't
was.
go far walking on foot looking for engine.
But I don't have a car. There was no other way I
But
could
there are
have gone.
taxis around, eh, that can help you to go faster.
Okay, but in town, I don't have to take a taxi.
Okay, okay. But did you manage to find something?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay.
Go to
I
Pretoria.
I hope you come right soon.
Go to Pretoria.
Yes, I'll go and look for it in Pretoria.
Yeah, Pretoria. At least I suggest.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, great. So how was the topic on defibrillators? Defibrillator, I would say, is one of the devices that are commonly available in hospitals, used especially for emergency situation. You'll find it in theater, you'll find it in ICU, you'll find it around the world, you'll find it in emergency department, you'll find it in the ambulance. And it is also one of the equipment that, as a technician, you need to be very careful about because of the high voltages involved. It's an equipment that can save life, but it can affect you as well. It can, as a technician, it can kill if you put your hand in the wrong place inside the equipment because it has some of these large capacitors that store a lot of charge with very high voltages. So you must know what you're doing before you open the device and try to fix. And those paddles as well, the voltages they deliver to save a life can be lethal as well if misused or mishandled. Hence, all the precautions that you need to take, both as a user of the equipment and also as a technician. So, what has been your experience working on or servicing a defibrillator for those of you who have worked on it for some time? And what new information have you learned from the topic from last Friday? So, share with us your experience working with the defibrillator in your workplace. And did you learn any new information from the topic on Friday?
About
Ye-
can I comment?
Yes, go ahead, David, Michael.
What I've learned about defibrillator is that it stores a lot of energy, a
Mhm.
lot of power, voltage capacity.
Yes.
And immediately you start to use it, you must check the functionality of every button, whether it's working all right. I've noticed from the video, then you must go through each and every procedure to see whether the functionality is working. The buttons are working all right according to the procedures. About can I comment? Very very careful when you on the pedals. Yeah. What I've learned about defibrillator is that it store a lot of energy, a lot of power, voltage capacity. Where you put where you immediately you start to use it, you must check the functionality of every button, whether it's working right. What I have noticed from the video,
Yeah.
then you must go through each and every procedure to see whether the functionality is working.
Okay, thank you,
The what you
Michael.
call the buttons are working all right according to the procedures.
Yes, Mr. Tima.
And we must be
I just want
very,
to
very
know
careful
about
when you
the
on the
tolerance
pedals.
when testing
Also,
energy.
and
Which one will say
when you also
is
change
good, which one
on
will
the
say
pedal
maybe it's not good.
for I don't know for
Yeah, I
infant
think
or
your tolerance also should fall
neonate,
within
yeah,
the
not
range
for
of
for
10%. It
infant
mustn't be
where you
outside of
put the
10%.
where you put the what you
Okay?
pedal for.
If it's more than
for
10%,
yeah,
then it's way
it's what
off.
I've
So when you
learned
set your
from that
energy
what you
in
from
the
that
defibrillator
that
and then you
video,
test with your defib
yeah,
analyzer, it should
and
correspond exactly,
charge
or at
the
least not more
capacity.
than 10%
Uh,
outside of what you've
yeah, to
set.
discharge now and then the
If you set
capacity because of
100
it's very, very dangerous.
joules, for instance, as your energy on the machine, and then you test, you discharge on the
Yes, Mr. Tima.
analyzer, you should get between
I
100
just want to
and
know
100 and
about
let's say between
the tolerance
let's just
when
say between
testing
95 and
energy.
110.
Which one
Mustn't go
will
beyond
say
110.
is good? Which one
So
will
your
say
tolerance should
maybe
be
is
that
not good?
10%, not more than 10%, plus or minus. So let's
Okay.
say between, if you set 100, it should be between 90 and 110. So that should be plus or minus 10%. So outside that range, then there's a problem. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Mr. T,
Yes.
it's to me so.
Yes. Go ahead, Tumisu.
Good morning, everyone. I want to check with you that electrical safety is that important to do it because since we're at our hospital, we don't have that tester.
Okay. Yes, electrical safety testing is very important for you to do on every electromedical equipment that you connect to a patient. And here's why. Things do go wrong. A machine can be working correctly. But
Okay.
if you go back to Unit 2, where we talk about safety and hazard management, there are leakage currents that build up over time. Leakage currents from the leads, leakage currents from the chassis, and all of. So there could be different kind of leakage currents, and also your grounding may not
All
be
right.
properly in place.
Mr. T,
Grounding from the
it's
equipment,
to
from
me
the
so.
plug. There could also be a fault inside the equipment, like we
Good
showed
morning, everyone.
during that
I
topic on
want
safety and hazard
to check
management.
with you that
Now, you will not know all that
electrical safety is
because
that
the equipment is
important
still working.
to do it
It's
because
working
since we're
correctly, but it's
at our
not safe
hospital,
for
we don't
use.
have that
And as long
tester.
as it's working, you may not know something is wrong, even though inside the device something has gone wrong that could lead to an electric shock. And if you use that equipment on a patient with that fault in it, all the leakage currents will now pass through the patient. So you could either have a micro shock that goes through the heart or a macro shock, the one you really feel that will shake you. So you can detect all of that early when you test with your electrical safety analyzer. Your safety analyzer will tell you if the grounding is still okay. It will tell you if the leakage currents are within safety limits or if they are off, so that you can prevent the accident from happening by detecting these things early. There are three types of tests or scenario where you can do electrical safety testing. The first one is incoming inspection. A brand new equipment brought into the hospital. Before you connect to the patient for the first time, you need to do electrical safety test as well as your performance test, of course, to make sure that equipment coming from the factory, or maybe you gave it to the suppliers or the agents to go and service. When it comes back, you need to test yourself to make sure it is safe for use before connecting to the patient. Secondly, when you do your preventive maintenance, every time you do preventive maintenance, apart from testing that the equipment is working correctly, the calibrations are in order, you're getting correct results. When you test with analyzer, you need to do an electrical safety test to make sure it is still safe for use That is your job as a clinical engineer. You cannot excuse or outsource that. The responsibility rests with you to make sure that that device is safe for use. Thirdly, when you have done a repair, say there was a breakdown of the equipment, you've done a repair, or you've done an upgrade. You've done an upgrade, or you've changed anything within the equipment, upgrade, repairs. After the repairs, corrective maintenance, you still need to do your performance test and your electrical safety test to make sure that it is still safe for use before you connect to a patient. So any equipment that uses electric current, you need to do electrical safety tests before you connect to the patient. So each time it comes into the hospital, each time you do your preventive maintenance, or service, each time you do your corrective maintenance and upgrade, you need to test and make sure it is safe. So that's your job. So having an electrical safety analyzer is not something you can do without. Yes.
It's like a snake. It's like a snake in the grass.
Exactly. It's hiding there. You may not know, but when it strikes and you feel the pain. And sometimes it could be lethal, depending on the type of snake and the poison it carries. Which means depending on the type of hazard that is hiding in there that you cannot see. So it could just be a small electric shock, or it could be something that can kill a patient, or even the user of the equipment.
Sorry, sir. Can I disturb you? Most of the hospitals, they don't have that equipment. But what about maybe using a multimeter?
There are manual tests you can do. There are tests you can do with a multimeter to test for continuity, for the ground test, and so on. Yes, there are some tests you can do, and some of them were mentioned also at the end of that chapter. But it's very cumbersome. You have, 20 equipment you want to service. Connecting to an electrical safety analyzer takes you a few minutes, but when you want to do those tests manually, two things happen. You waste a lot of time. You may not even know how to do them correctly or do them accurately. And you even expose yourself to risk of electric shock in the grass by doing that. But when you connect to the right testing equipment, it does the test for you. It gives you accurate results. It does it quickly, and you can record your results knowing that those results are trustworthy.
So in other words, you recommend that we must at least have that equipment in our facilities.
Yes. I highly recommend that if you don't have an electrical safety analyzer, speak to the Northwest Department of Health where you are from.
Sorry, sir. Can I
even if they
disturb
all of
you?
the equipment go to
Most of the hospitals they don't have that
but you must
equipment.
have one
But
in-house.
what
So
about
even if
maybe
you don't have
using
in
one
every single
multimeter
hospital
to
in
test?
the Northwest, you must have one that you can distribute around when needed. It's very important and vital that you have it. Yes, that's my recommendation. Okay. There was another hand. Someone else was raising a hand. Okay, I don't see the hand anymore, but I hope your question was answered. Okay.
Yes, Mr. T.
Yes, please.
It's Andrew.
Yes.
Yes, good morning to you, and then good morning to everyone. Hopefully, we are on the stage 6, load shedding.
Yes.
So, but now what I've done is I've tried to use my car battery just to make sure that I attend today.
Yeah.
So with
in other words, you recommend that we must at least have that equipment in our facilities.
Everything is shut, like
the
network.
Yeah, it's not only you. Here, we're having stage 6 load shedding as well. Yesterday was particularly terrible. The weekend was bad. But fortunately for me, I have a backup generator. I have a UPS that can take me for half an hour to keep my network and my laptop on until I switch over to another power supply. So I had to make contingency plan because of the kind of work I do, so that I can be available to serve you guys, not minding the load shedding. But yes, go ahead.
Yes, yeah. So what I was saying is, especially by Friday, it was very worse for me, and I have to try to make another plan for today. It's like it's everything, every day's thing actually.
Yeah.
7 up until to that.
Yeah.
10 or 11. So I'm not too sure what stage it is. But anyway, I've managed to go through my session. I think the Friday ones on yesterday. And
it's
I've
Andrew.
a lot because of the
yes, good morning to you, and then good morning to everyone.
Very different.
Hopefully,
ones that I was familiar
we are
with.
on the
So I was more into the
stage 6, load shedding. So, but now what I've done is I've tried to use my car battery just to make sure that I attend today.
I've quite learned a lot. But
so we've, I mean, especially this side, we are very too much affected because of once the power is off, then it means everything is shut, like the network, everything.
When it was on the what you call the test equipment, the Impulse 7000. Yeah, it was very interesting because we normally were using that, and I'm quite familiar with that one. But the defect, it was very different because we never used that one. But I've quite learned a lot, and it was very interesting.
Thank you. If you know how to drive a car, a manual car, when you see an automatic, you know the steering is still the same.
Yes, yeah. So what I was saying is, especially by Friday, it was very worse for me, and I have to try to make another plan for today. It's like it's everything. Every day's thing actually,
theory, the
7 up until to that 10 or 11. So I'm not too sure what stages it is. But anyway, I've managed to go through my session. I think the Friday ones on yesterday, and I've quite learned a lot because of the session that was loaded there. It was very different to the ones that I was familiar with. So I was more into the neon coding ones. So I'm not too sure if you know the neon coding ones.
What we like to do is to expose you to different types, so that you don't say, "Hey, what's this one now?" When you see a totally new one, you are not afraid.
Obviously, it was a great different views, and I've quite learned a lot. And but they are have a same features, but it's just only that it's a different model. But I've quite learned a lot, and it was very interesting, especially when it was on the what you call the test equipment, the Impulse 7000. Yeah, it was very interesting because we normally were using that, and I'm quite familiar with that one. But the DFIP, it was very different because we never used that one. But I've quite learned a lot, and it was very interesting.
Say something about the defibrillator and your experience over the weekend?
Good morning, everyone.
Morning to you. I don't know why people are hiding behind the camera today. It would be nice to see some more faces.
It's been nice.
And like I always say, don't worry about your hair, your makeup, your eyelashes. It's fine. We just want to see faces. Don't worry about how you look.
Okay, my weekend was not so good. My boys are not feeling well. So I was running hospital up and down. But yeah. So but yesterday I managed to go through the module about the different so the experience in the hospital batteries when the batteries no longer working. So we just change the batteries. And to be quite honest, we only do the energy test. We don't do the electrical safety test. Also, we don't have a safety analyzer in our hospital. So yeah, but from what I've learned from the module is that there are different type of defibrillators, and also the arrhythmic.
They had a long savannah weekend, sir.
Types of arrhythmia of the heart, and also the waveforms of the defib. Then their explanation also, and another thing, the type of pedals. Then also I've also learned that the internal type they are used during the open surgery. Yeah. And also the preventative maintenance, the do's and don'ts when working with a defibrillator. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for that. Yeah. And you remind me, talking about the arrhythmias, there are two that are of importance here. Ventricular fibrillation and atrial fibrillation. So let me try to explain.
It's really nice.
If you look at the anatomy of the heart, we have the upper chambers, the two upper chambers, the atria, the lower chambers, the ventricle. The ventricles are the ones that really pump blood. The left ventricle pumps blood to the systemic circulation all over the body.
My boys are not feeling well.
While your right
So I
ventricle
was running
pumps blood only
hospital
to the
up
lungs,
and down.
so that blood becomes mixed with oxygen.
So yeah, but yesterday I managed to go
and is
through
sent
the
it back to the
module
body. That's
about
the
the
pulmonary
defib.
circulation. Now there is also
So the experience in my hospital about the defib is that normally what we get is only
talking about the atria and the ventricle. You also know about, you look at the
when the
anatomy, you know about the
batteries
sinoatrial node
no
and the
longer working, so we
atrioventricular
just
node,
change the
the
batteries.
bundle
And
of
to be
His,
quite
the
honest,
Purkinje
we
fibers,
only
and
do
so
the
on, the bundle
energy
branches.
test. We don't do the electrical
And that's
safety
where you
test.
have
Also, we don't have the safety analyzer in our
what's the word? Okay, I'll come back to that.
hospital.
So the
yeah.
atria, those
But
upper chambers that
from what
receive
I've
blood
learned from the
coming
module
into the
is that
heart.
there are
You see, the
different
heart
type
pumps
of
at a very irregular
defibrillators,
rate.
and also
And when we have atrial fibrillation, it means the upper chamber
the
that receives
arrhythmic,
blood,
but
it's
again,
not
arrhythmia of the
in
heart.
sync
Yes,
with the rest of the
yes.
heart.
The
It's
four types of
fibrillating. So when it's
arrhythmia of
fibrillating,
the
it's
heart, and
beating
also
at an
the
irregular
common
rate.
waveforms of
And so you will
the
notice those ECG signals, some of the waves are missing.
then their
Like you
explanation
have the ECG
also.
wave, the
And
QRS complex, which is the one that shows you
another
that, okay, your
thing, the type of
ventricles,
pedals,
particularly the left ventricle,
and also I've
is
also learned that the
pumping blood
internal
correctly.
type they are
So when
used
you're
during the open
so you
surgery.
have QRS,
Yeah. And also
the
the
T wave and the
preventative
E wave. So
maintenance, the
when
do's
the
and
T
don'ts
wave is
when
missing
working with a
or
defibrillator. Yeah.
QRST
Yeah.
is missing, P or T missing, it indicates to you that something is wrong with your atrium, and you will see it in the waveform, right? So that's what do you call it now? Atrial fibrillation. Now you can synchronize. You can use the sync mode of the defibrillator to correct that. When someone is having atrial fibrillation, it is not as serious as ventricular fibrillation because the heart is still beating, is still pumping blood to the rest of the body, right? And your body is still being oxygenated, and you can still have some time to live, okay, even if it's not corrected immediately. But it has to be corrected so that everything will be in sync and work correctly. Because if you don't correct atrial fibrillation, it can eventually lead to ventricular fibrillation, which is the one that is more dangerous when you say someone is having a heart attack. So your defibrillator will help to correct atrial fibrillation when it goes to the sync mode, the cardiovascular mode. Now the other one is the ventricular fibrillation, where the heart has irregular heartbeat that is very high. Normal heartbeat plus or minus 75 beats per minute. But when it goes to 100, 150, 200, that's too high. You see, the heart is just, the signals are just like this. You don't find a QRX complex, which is typical of an ECG machine. You look for that QRX to show you that your ventricles are beating correctly and blood is being pumped to the systemic circulation of the heart. And when that happens, it means the patient only has, okay, let's say, how long can a person last without oxygen in the body? How long? How many minutes or hours or days? Without oxygen. Okay, let's do it this way. How long can you last without food? How many days? Plus or minus? I know some of you love to eat and some like to eat junk food. It's okay, but how long can you last without food? Realistically? 3 days, 10 days, 30 days, 40 days?
A week.
Some can last more than a week without food.
Oh.
With water, some can last 40 days without food.
But
Jesus fasted 40 days, 40 nights. He didn't die. Okay.
yeah, the very important thing is the water.
Yeah, so how long can you last without water?
Almost the day or 2 days.
Yes. Okay, let's say 3 days. Let's just say 3 days. Some can last, okay, maybe up to 4, 5, 6, some even up to a week. But let's just say 3 days, right? Yeah. And by the way, my daughter, I think last month or 2 months ago, she's just 15, but she decided to go on dry fasting, no food, no water for 3 days. I was amazed. I was surprised. And she did it at age 15. Why will God not bless her? Okay. Now, how long can you last without oxygen? Without oxygen? How many minutes? Try to hold your breath and tell me.
7 minutes.
7 minutes.
Only 10 minutes.
Okay, I think 10 minutes is too much. Yes, there are some people with special training can go up to 10 minutes, but typically about 5, 6 minutes before the brain begins to suffer and becomes brain dead. So without oxygen, 5, 6, 7 minutes maximum. The brain cells will start dying and the brain, somebody who can go brain dead. Yes, there are some martial artists and people who do meditation who can stay a bit longer than that, but those are unusual circumstances. We are talking about normal people, not those are gurus and all that, okay, who through training can do extraordinary things. Now think about it. If the heart stops beating or is beating irregularly, and the ventricles are not pumping oxygenated blood to the rest of the body, including the brain, you have 5, 6, 7 minutes maximum to correct that before the person becomes brain dead. And that is why a defibrillator is an emergency equipment. What it does is when you defibrillate, it discharges those large amounts of current in the body. And what the current does is it's like in those days when we have these desktop computers and it hangs, there's a reset button you press to reset the computer, restart it, reboot it, and it comes back on. So it's more like what the defibrillator does. It just resets those signals of the heart. It's like pressing a reset button. It resets it, and the heart begins to beat normally. So that's what it does. So when you have ventricular fibrillation, that's more urgent and more dangerous. You use your normal defib mode. You defibrillate. If you do it, maybe 100 joules or kilojoules, it doesn't work. You increase gradually. You defibrillate again, it doesn't work. You increase maybe to 250 or whatever. So you see the doctors increasing and they say clear. When they say clear,
almost
you
the
take
day
your hands off the
or 2
patient,
days.
because if you are touching the patient while they're defibrillating, that current will pass through you as well, and you will also become a patient because it will reset your heart that is working well, and you now have begin to your heart will begin to fibrillate. So when they say clear, you clear, he defibrillates, then you can do your CPR again, and then clear. If it doesn't wake up, meanwhile they are looking at the signal to see if it has picked up. So those are the two important modes for correcting atrial and ventricular fibrillation in a patient. And that's why defibrillators, some of them also have a monitor where you can see the ECG signal and see the response or the kind of waveform coming from the heart of the patient that is being defibrillated, whether there is a good response or not. But you have also seen the intrinsic conduction system or the nodal system that shows you the pacemaker, the natural pacemaker, the sinoatrial node, and how the signal travels, releasing those signals like an unstable multivibrator. It travels from the sinoatrial node to the atrioventricular node, and then to the bundle of His, and then it now branches into the bundle, branches into the Purkinje fibers that transmit those signals to the thick walls, the septum of the heart, to stimulate the heart so that there will be contraction of the heart muscles, ventricular contraction, to pump blood either to the pulmonary circulation or to the systemic circulation so that there is proper circulation of the heart. So anatomy and physiology is my field, my specialty. I teach that to our students in TUT, and I love teaching and explaining that part. I love the theory. I love how it works. And yeah, I just love it. Yeah. Okay, so anybody else learned anything from the theory and practice of using the defibrillator? Let's hear from one more lady before we move on. Moleboheng Segaetso, are you with us today? Can you say something?
Morning, Mr. Tim, and morning, everyone.
Morning to you too.
Yes, Mr. Tim. Well, I only got a chance to actually look at the work yesterday, but I couldn't thoroughly go through it. However, the videos did make some of their aspects very clear, and I'm still yet to go through it. Like I said, I didn't actually get much time because, yeah, I was actually quite caught up in some other things. So, but it did actually show some of the basics that I was shown prior to the actual course. So it was a bit of a learning curve, especially on other uses of the simulators of the defib. So that is as much as I have to say. I don't know if there's anything else that you are free to ask.
Okay, that's fine. I can live with that. Yeah. Okay, thank you for sharing.
All right, no problem.
By the way, your dreads look very good.
They're quite bad, Mr. Tim. It's been a hectic week, basically.
Yeah. Okay, I hope we have a better week this week, all of us.
Hopefully. If the work gets less, then yeah, I'll be happy to get that.
So today there's no additional activity. Hopefully that helps.
Thank you very much.
So you guys will just finish up with the activities you have in the past. I will quickly go through what we have for today. But before that, usually we like someone to introduce themselves. Rebecca is raising her hand, so let's give her a chance to say something before we move on. Go ahead, Rebecca.
Yes, Mr. T.
Yes.
Yes. Last week I asked you a question on activity 6.1. I only managed to get the 6.2, but the 6.1 I couldn't see it. There was a.
Okay, remind me again, which one is 6.1?
Okay, let me quickly go through it.
Yeah.
Sorry for that. I'm using my phone and laptop at the same time.
Okay.
Yes, it was to compose an iMessage for the conversation with Mr.
Okay.
Last. Yes.
So that iMessage is under communication.
Yes. So I only managed to do 6.2. I was asking about this one. Where do we do it? Because I didn't see it. Where the link to go through.
Okay, let me quickly go there. Let me try to go there so that we can show you. Okay, let's do this first. I need to
morning,
open it
Mr.
first.
Tim, and morning, everyone.
And that's unit 6, communication.
Yes, Mr.
Okay,
Tim.
I will share screen
Well,
just
I only
now
got a
once I've
chance to
opened
actually
it.
look at the work yesterday, but I couldn't thoroughly go through it. However, the videos did make some of their aspects very clear, and I'm still yet to go through it. Like I said, I didn't actually get much time because
so
I was actually quite caught up in some other things.
Communication, this is unit 6.
So, but it did actually show some of the basics that I was shown prior to the actual course. So it was a bit of a learning curve, especially on other uses of the simulators of the
So let
DFIB.
me click here.
So that is as much as I have to say. I don't know if there's anything else, then you are free to ask.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yes.
But it's
So
not showing
let's
up.
look for it. There are 2 ways you can find it.
All right, no problem.
So let me do preview here. Because it comes first,
They're quite bad, Mr. Tim.
if I remember
It's been a
correctly.
hectic week,
So
basically a month. Yeah.
Here. And I say start quiz.
Hopefully, if the work gets less, then yeah, I'll be happy to get that.
Okay, so it's about to open.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, so this is the quiz, which means it's not under the quiz, it's under the activity. So let's go to the activity.
It shows the ladies there wearing something.
Sorry, say again.
That activity 6.2. I don't think so. It shows the ladies first. There is a video of a lady wearing what you call. I don't know.
There is, that's where I want to go.
Yes,
now.
Mr. T.
Yeah, it's under the activity.
Yes.
And not the quiz.
Last week I asked you a question on
Let me close the
activity 6.1. I only managed to get the 6.2, but the 6.1 I couldn't see it. There was
so there's
an
activity 6.2. Okay, so I click here. Then
let me quickly go through it.
Over here.
Sorry for that. I'm using my phone and laptop at the same time.
Okay, it's still trying to
open.
Yes,
it was to compose an iMessage for the conversation with Mr. Yes.
Okay, just hold on. We'll get there just now. Let me do a preview.
Yes. So I only managed to do 6.2. I was asking about this one. Where do we do it? Because I didn't see it. Where the link to go through.
Sorry? Okay. Okay, I'll send it. Yeah. Okay, so this is what you have here. So here you're supposed to match the barriers. So let's see, where is 6.1?
Okay.
You play this video first, and then where is the one for the I question?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I think there's something that is missing. 6.1, because this one is 6.2. Let me just check over here in the quizzes section. There's 6.2. Identifying communication barriers, communication skills.
Yes, I can, but it's not showing up.
Okay. This is 6.2.
Yes, there was a video.
Okay, I think it should be, because it's not here, I think it should be under one of those videos. Let's go back to, so I think it should be under one of these videos. Let's see. Constructive criticism and conflict. Let's see what we have there.
They shows
For those of you
it shows
who have
the
done
ladies.
it, where did you find it?
Wearing something.
Under which section?
That activity 6.2, I don't think so. It shows the ladies first. There is a video of a lady wearing what you call, I don't know. Then
okay, I'm having a bit of I need to, sometimes the browser, you need to use a different browser to find it. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Tim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I was muted while
It only
talking.
shows activity 6.2.
Yeah, okay, look at this. When presenting your own point of view, make use of iMessages. So I think you will need to listen to this video, right? I think it's somewhere here. Go to active listening and watch the video and then follow the instructions thereafter. Because I think that's what we are missing.
Okay. You don't listen.
Because can you also see the link with iMessages?
Yeah, that is.
So it should be somewhere under active listening. Okay? It should be somewhere there, active listening or constructive criticism. Watch the videos there. I think the activity is somewhere in there. Normally when it does this, I change the browser and then the videos, they come up more quicker. So let's just stop this for now.
Yeah,
I can check it again later and tell you exactly where it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. T.
Okay, so someone is to introduce themselves today. Let's see who that is. I will just stop sharing now and go back again and see who's supposed to do the introductions for today. And that person is Kelebohile Petunia. Because Senolo have introduced herself. So, Kelebohile Petunia Mohale, it's your turn today. You are a clinical engineering technician. You are an extrovert, easy to work with, very bubbly. I can see that. Talkative at times. Yes, we know that. Very intelligent. Currently studying electrical engineering N5. And you've also completed your N6 in mechanical engineering. Wow. You really love junk food. So tell us all about yourself. I hope she's here today. You are a bit too quiet for such a bubbly person. Where is she? Refilu, are you there?
Morning, everyone.
Oh, there you are, Kilebohile. Yes, there you are.
Hi, Mr. Team.
Yes, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Mr. Tim, I'm so tired. I didn't sleep a wink yesterday. So that is why I'm kind of quiet. I missed my sleep. Anyway, guys, I'm Kilebukilene. I work at Geldspan District Hospital. I work as a clinical engineering technician, as all of you know now. I'm a very talkative person. If one can be around me, you will see that I'm an open person. I'm an easy to work with. I'm one person. If I don't like something about you, I'll tell you straight away. And I have 3 boys. The first one is 17 years old, Ofente. The second borns are twins. They are 3 years. The other one was not feeling well yesterday, so that is why I'm kind of sleepy and so quiet today. But that is all you can know about me. And I love food. I love food. I love food so much. And I'm currently engaged, so I don't need a man. I have a man, so.
Okay, wonderful.
So, yeah, that is all I want to say about myself for now. So
okay,
thank you very
guys,
much.
do you have any question for her? Anything anybody wants to know about her before we let her go? Okay, yes, Becca.
I don't even have a question anymore. So are you drinking, Kile? And are you planning to get more kids?
Okay. I think for now I'm fine. No, babies can be so stressing. Now I'm kind of sleepy here, and she's there at home sleeping. And I didn't sleep yesterday, so I think I'm gonna stop giving birth. Maybe when I'm 40 years, because now I'm 37. In Setswana, they call him Latlamiki, the late one. Yes, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
3-year-olds can be a handful.
Okay.
Especially when they are twins.
Thank you, Mr. T.
Yeah.
They give you the runaround.
Too much, Mr. T.
Yeah.
Double trouble.
Any other question?
Now I understand.
Are you drinking, Kile? Are you drinking?
I drink occasionally now because I'm a new mom, so I'm just giving my babies time. But when I get a chance, maybe like I take them to my mother's, my aunties, my relatives, then that is my chance. I go out and drink a lot. Yeah, that is Refilwe.
Okay, thank you very much, Refilwe. Very bubbly. Okay, guys. Yeah, for today. Yes.
Can I ask you a question? Are you smoking?
You are Mr. Majahi. What's where now?
Hey, Mr. Majahi.
You know that I'm smoking. You know. He's asking. So Mr. Tim is asking me the question that he knows I'm smoking.
Mr.
I'm
Majahi.
a smoker. But I'm planning to quit. I'm planning to quit.
I was just throwing a word.
Yeah, I know. I'm planning to quit. And everyone who knows me, you're going to be surprised. I'm planning to quit smoking.
Okay. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Okay. So today our topic is ventilator. Right? So
Morning,
ventilator
everyone.
unit 12. And under ventilator, although the presentation is not in the correct template, but
I'm
at
good,
least there
and
is
you?
voice. especially if you go to
Thank
this one
you.
over here, ventilator theory and maintenance.
Mr. Tim, I'm so tired.
That's the
I
one you
didn't
should
sleep
open.
a wink
And then
yesterday.
also go through ventilator accessories.
So
right?
that is
Ventilator
why I'm kind of
accessories.
quiet.
I have asked
I missed my
Andrew to
sleep.
upload. Yes, I think he has done
Anyway,
it.
guys, I'm Kile
Yeah, the
Bukhilene. I work
PowerPoint.
at
So the PowerPoint
Felixpan
is there.
District
But the
Hospital.
one with voice
I
is
work
this
as a
first one,
clinical
ventilator
engineering
theory and
technician,
maintenance.
as all of you
Then
know
there's the
now.
practical aspect as
I'm a
well.
very talkative person.
And
If one
if you
can
go
be
to the
around me,
practical, you see
you will see
ventilator.
that
There are quite a few
I'm an
videos
open
there.
person. I'm
Introduction to
easy to
ventilators,
work with.
gas
I'm
flow
one
testing.
person.
That's when you use
If I
the
don't
gas
like
flow
something about you, I'll tell
analyzer to test the
you straight
ventilator.
away.
Then the
And
VT650 and VT900 gas
I
flow
have
analyzer.
3 boys. The first one
VT900A
is
testing the respiratory supply.
17 years
And the
old.
flow biomedical anesthesia
Offense.
story. So those are
The
interesting
second
videos you
borns
should
are
watch
twins. They are 3
ventilator.
years. The other one was not
Then there's
feeling well
one more
yesterday,
thing,
so that
and
is
some of
why
you
I'm kind of
have posted
sleepy
on
and so quiet
Flipgrid.
today. But
So more of you have
that is
posted on
all you
Flipgrid,
can know about
which is
me.
good.
And
So
I
let's
love
just
food.
listen to
I love food. I love food so
two of you
much.
who have posted on
And I'm
Flipgrid.
currently
Just two,
engaged, so
and
I don't need a man.
then we'll call
I
it
have
a
a
day from
man,
there.
so
Flipgrid, let's see. Andrew has posted on Flipgrid.
so
So let's quickly play
that is all I want to say
what
about
he
myself
has
for now.
here.
So thank you very much.
Hello everyone. My name is Andrew Mohale. I've worked at the company called SSEM Medical for 14 years as a field technician and a sales supporter. My job was based around the area Gauteng North, Limpopo, and
I don't even have a question anymore.
For me, attending the course, it was about boosting my skills.
So are you drinking, Kile? And are you planning to get more kids?
Medical maintenance.
I think for now I'm fine. Babies can be so stressing. Now I'm kind of sleepy here and she's there at home sleeping. I didn't sleep yesterday, so I think I'm gonna stop giving birth. Maybe when I'm 40 years, because now I'm 37. In Setswana, they call him Latlamiki, the late one. Yes, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, too much, Mr. Tim. Double trouble.
Experience the field environment.
Now I understand.
Are you drinking, Kile? Are you drinking?
I drink on occasionally now because I'm a new mom, so I'm just giving my babies time. But when I get the chance, maybe like I take them to my mother's, my aunties, my relatives, then that is my chance. I go out and drink a lot.
And see what you've posted. But otherwise, I wish you all
that
guys,
is
I
me,
wish all of you guys a wonderful day with the ventilator exposure theory and practice today. We'll meet again tomorrow, bright and early, same time, same link.
Can I ask you the question?
Do have yourselves a nice day.
Are you smoking?
Bye.
Yo, Mr.